I'm Mark.
And I'm Josh.
And this is Alter Ego Comics TV. We're here with this week's cream of the crop, the highlights of the great stuff that came out this week in comics and collectibles. Start things off with Marvel's latest .1 issue, Thor 620.1. Yes, 620.1.
Indeed.
This has been one of the best issues of Thor that I've read in the last year or so. Completely different creative team than what's going on in regular Thor right now, which was kind of odd. But it's written by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, who are responsible for Marvel's cosmic books of the last few years, and artwork by Mark Brooks, who just is a very, very good artist. You'll recognize him from some other stuff that he's done. But the art in this is spectacular. It's a one-shot, self-contained story, great for people that are maybe not familiar with the character of Thor, that are looking forward to the movie this summer. If you want to try something out, this would be what I would recommend. Also for people who are familiar with Thor. It's got a classic Marvel Comics vibe to it, and I think is a perfect lead-in to the Mighty Thor #1, which comes out in late April, and is timed to be released with the movie. But that's a new ongoing series written by Matt Fraction, who is writing one of the best ongoings in Marvel Comics right now, Invincible Iron Man, and that series came out when the first Iron Man movie came out. So hopefully Fraction can knock another one out of the park with Mighty Thor. But in the meantime, check out Thor 620.1.
All right, the time is here. The wait is over. War of the Green Lanterns is going on. This week we've got Part 1 in GL and bonus Part 2 in Green Lantern Corps. This is actually a pretty decent read, and what I really liked about it was you didn't have to be religiously following all the GL titles. If you have kind of a vague idea that there are these entities with emotions and whatnot, and people are rounding them up, you can get it. And it's a fun read. You've got Lantern versus Lantern. You get to see Ganthet in action, and if you're a GL fan, you do not want to miss this.
Next up, FF issue #1. And maybe you can help me out with this as we go through, because I know you were reading more of Hickman's Fantastic Four than I was. And that isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I found this issue very accessible as a semi-new reader to Hickman's Fantastic Four. For those of you who are playing catch-up, the Human Torch was killed, although we didn't really see a body or see what happened to him. And this takes place a month later, and the team has kind of gotten their act together in a way. Johnny left kind of a last will and testament to everybody, and in that he says, I really hope you'll consider Peter Parker as my replacement on the team. And so they do that. They invite Spider-Man, who's kind of been an unofficial member of the Fantastic Four for years and years and years, but now he's officially a member of the FF, which stands for two different things, and you'll find that out at the end of the book. But written by Jonathan Hickman, who has been tearing it up on Fantastic Four. I know a lot of lapsed FF readers came back when Hickman took over. A lot of new readers came on board. And Steve Epting does the art, who was on Captain America during most of Ed Brubaker's run on that. As I said, very accessible to new readers. Highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're a Marvel fan. The Fantastic Four has gotten a bad rap over the last few years, and their sales numbers have been pretty poor. But I think this is a good opportunity for those to rise, and for people to pick up a good old Fantastic Four book.
And believe it or not, Dark Knight #2 is here. The wait is over, for real this time. The second issue in the David Finch penned and drawn?
Magnum opus.
Magnum opus of Dark Knight. You've got more of a classic Batman story. It's not clear chronologically where it falls, but you've got Bruce under the cowl, and you've got him punching bad guys, fighting drug outbreaks, and looking after a childhood friend. And if you like a grittier, more realistic Batman, this is the way to go.
And the artwork is awesome.
Sure.
It's great. If you like Jim Lee-esque artwork, you have to check this book out. Clive Barker's Hellraiser #1 from Boom Studios. Hellraiser is back, written by the master himself, Clive Barker. I am not a Hellraiser fan, so I will tell you I did not even read this. And I don't think Josh read it either. But the people that I've been talking to who are Hellraiser fans really like it. There have been a number of Hellraiser series over the years that didn't have Barker's involvement. This one absolutely does, and fans of the series, of the character, have noticed. So if you're a horror fan, there aren't necessarily a lot of hardcore horror comic books out there, but just like video stores and other types of entertainment, there are different genres within comics, and this is a prime example of a horror comic book. For those of you that are fans of this sort of thing, come on in and pick it up.
Let this day in history be noted as the day when I said something nice about Grant Morrison. Got Batman Incorporated #4 on the stands. Uncorporated's been a little uneven, in my opinion, but this issue was really a great standout. You've got basically 3 different stories going on. You've got the current Batwoman, someone Kane. It's not Cassandra. Someone with the last name
Mrs.
Kane. Ms. Kane. In one story arc, trying to hunt down someone she's been battling with. You've got the story arc with Batman continuing over from the previous issue, where he's in South America fighting some crazy villains. And you've also got a backstory, story that takes place in the past with the original Batwoman from the 50s, who up until now I don't believe was actually in continuity anymore. But I like the jumping around in time, kind of the interweaving of storylines, and it's really probably the best Grant Morrison written Bat book I've read in a long time. If you're a fan of him, you'll like this one.
Every year on Free Comic Book Day, we have a Simpsons free comic book, and we always go through a ton of them. Graphic novels are the same way, and unfortunately, they're few and far between. We see a new Simpsons graphic novel maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and every time we get them in, they sell out very quickly, and unfortunately, we're not always able to get more. So, the new Simpsons graphic novel, Simpsons Meltdown, just came out this week. We've got enough copies. We've got plenty of copies right now. But if you're a Simpsons fan, if something that you look forward to every year on Free Comic Book Day is the Simpsons free comic book, come on in and pick this up before they're gone. We may not have them left by the time we get to Free Comic Book Day on Saturday, May 7th. Do you like that plug? And, you know, the Simpsons comics are basically an extension of the show. Matt Groening is very involved with the comics. He writes them, he draws them. So Simpsons fans, come on in. As I said, there's something for everybody here. We're not just superhero-related stuff. Simpsons, Meltdown, come get it.
All right, Uncanny X-Men. This issue is the culmination of the Quarantine storyline, which involves people using magics and genetics to make some knockoff X-Men and also poison mutants with badness. It was actually really good. This is also written by Matt Fraction, writer of Invincible Iron Man and upcoming Mighty Thor, and, you know, awesome stuff.
And Fear Itself.
And Fear Itself, I'm afraid. But no, it was a great issue, and it had one of those scenes that lately have been few and far between. Cyclops is written as kind of a jerk a lot of the time, but in here we get to see why he's in charge of basically all of mutantdom. And in addition to having an awesome X-Men story, you also get the complete Avengers Academy #1, which not enough people are reading. It's been a great, fun Avengers title. It's more of a teen book, and so for the price of 1 issue, you get 2, and you should definitely check it out if you're a Marvel fan.
New graphic novel or new volume of Titans is available. This is Villains for Hire. And when this series came out in single issues, we saw our Titans numbers spike. A lot of you are apparently interested in Deathstroke and the group of bad guys that he hangs around with, and those numbers have carried over month after month. So if you bailed on Titans at one point, if you bailed on Teen Titans, if you're familiar with the character from Smallville, which bears very little resemblance to Deathstroke in the comics, come on in, check out Titans Villains for Hire, and you won't be disappointed.
All right, the newest volume of Mike Carey's The Unwritten is out. This is volume 3. We do have volumes 1 and 2 in stock. And as a side note to the quality of the book itself, the standard Vertigo paper has been upgraded here to normal paper you'd see in a normal graphic novel, not the lower quality you usually get in a Vertigo. If you haven't read it, Unwritten is a great series. It involves sort of the nature of storytelling. It jumps around with different literary figures and also has some chronological jumps. And it's just one of the best, smartest books on the stands. And this volume in particular stands out because it contains the Choose Your Own Adventure issue. One of the characters' backstories was revealed in the form of a single issue that was entirely Choose Your Own Adventure. You go to the bottom of the page, jump, and follow and make choices in the style of the classic books from the 80s and 90s. And they actually managed to make it work really well and tell the story they wanted to tell. So if you like something a little more off the beaten path, if you're a Vertigo fan, stuff like Fables and Why the Last Man, you deserve it to yourself to check out The Unwritten.
Continuing with our mission to bring you all things comic related, we do have a new shipment, or our first shipment, of comic book related travel mugs available. We have Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Batman, Superman. These are very cool and very affordable, only $6.99 for these. We've got water bottles available, Star Wars, Star Trek. These run $11.99, very cool as well. We've got some reusable shopping type bags that you're seeing at all the major retailers. Yes, we throw ourselves into the major retailer category. But we've got Wonder Woman, we've got Star Wars on the reusable shopping bags. Just a wide variety of things. We want to be your source for all things comic related, and we're working on it. If you have any suggestions of things you'd like to see at the store, please let us know. We're open to those. And just another reminder, Free Comic Book Day is coming up. We're just about 5 weeks away. Saturday, May 7th, we will have thousands of comic books that we're giving away. If you go to alteregocomics.com/free comic book day, you'll see a list of all the free comics that we'll have available that day, and we'll be updating that as we get right up to the date, Saturday, May 7th. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
And until next time, remember what Mark Twain said: those who don't read great books have no advantage over people who can't read them.
Amen.